Okay, what's up everybody? Daniel here, back for my third episode of the series, and just talking updates on what's been going on for the past week. Today's been a really busy day. I'm a little bit behind right now, so feeling that a little bit. Was originally going to do this in the morning. Actually, every Tuesday so far, I've tried to do this first thing in the morning. Never happens. There's always some sort of urgent work to jump on, or just something that's sort of come up in the morning. So I might shift that to more of an afternoon thing. We'll see. Haven't found the right schedule for it yet, but at least gonna stick with every Tuesday. So we're making it happen today. We're getting it done. First thing on the agenda was just kind of share a vibe for the week. So I feel like, it's been a productive past week. I feel pretty positive about it. I feel like momentum is continuing to swing in the right direction. What else? I had written down a few thoughts this time so that I'm a bit more organized, which is nice. One good thing that's been happening lately, I think that's helping the cadence of my day, has been setting my agenda the night before. I've been kind of religious about that lately, and really making sure I know what tomorrow always looks like, so that I can kind of plan out my day and just kind of know what I'm going to be working on, and then and then I can already kind of subconsciously start working towards finishing those things, or teeing up how I'm going to do it in my mind and stuff. So that's been helpful. Setting that agenda the night before, really crucial for me to get like a really kind of productive day, or set up for a good day basically. Another thing I would say is on a more personal note, I had a really nice relaxing weekend. Did some fun things. Lots of time with the girlfriends, and we went out to White Rock very briefly for a social distance hang with my parents. Hadn't seen them in a little bit, so that was nice. And just really nice. Lots of rest. Slept in on Saturday, that was nice. Caught up with some sleep. Got out for a really fire run on Sunday evening, kind of out of nowhere, and I just felt like that was such a good way to start the week, so I was stoked about that. That was kind of the vibe for the week. Moving into the highlights. So on a more personal level, for the highlight of the week, I would say I had a near perfect scorecard for my week. I don't think I've explained this yet, but basically I have a weekly scorecard that I keep for myself. It's like the top, I think I have 6 items on it, like 6 KPIs. And these key performance sort of indexes that I've described, they're like the 6 most important things that I focus on a weekly basis. And I kind of track my results every week to see, did I post to social media a certain amount of times? Did I go on X amount of workouts? What's my monthly income at? Like things like that, basically, that I'm tracking on a weekly basis. And so last week, I've never had a perfect scorecard yet where like everything was kind of like on target, but I'm getting really close, and last week was the closest. And I think this week has a really good chance of doing that. So it's gonna be good. I'm going for a run tonight, setting the week off good on that note. I've already posted to Instagram a few times as well, which I've been lacking on in previous weeks, but I'm stepping it up this week already with 2 posts, and it's Tuesday, so crushing it on that. And it's gonna be a really good week for the scorecard. I can already feel that. I'll probably do another video about the scorecard at some point. I feel like that's a bigger topic that I want to uncover, along with other kind of structures and systems that I've set up in place to kind of manage my time, not just during the quarantine and stuff, but just even before that, just like how I managed 3 different businesses at once, and got things done, and prioritized different things and stuff. So I've got a few different things that I kind of have in place in my life to help me do that, and I think that'll be a cool video at one point that I'll do. Moving on, another win for the week, and it's more on a professional level, I would say, is I had a friend tagged me on Facebook for a really cool opportunity to pitch a local real estate developer. Apply for an RFP basically. So I put together a proposal, and I submitted for this RFP, this request for proposal. It was for social media marketing, but more on the strategy side, not on the implementation, which was cool. So it's really kind of just setting a team up so that they can manage it internally. But before they can do that, giving them the kind of the tools and the resources and the systems and the strategy to kind of go about doing that successfully. So I really want that proposal to land. We'll see. But anyways, I'm just glad I had the chance to pitch for it anyways. Only heard about it because some of my friends tagged me on Facebook in some comment about someone asking for some recommendations for freelancers in this space. So super thankful for that. That was awesome. And we'll see. I'm going to hear about that at the end of the week. So maybe next week I'll update on whether I got it or not. So yeah. Next thing, moving on. Something I struggled with this week. I kind of mentioned it already a little bit, but posting to Instagram. I have not been doing a good job of using my Instagram channel to promote my YouTube channel and what I've been going on here. I basically haven't talked about this YouTube channel really anywhere else. A little bit on Instagram, I guess, but really not much. So I want to use, that's like my main outlet. And so I want to use that better to kind of promote what I'm up to continue building my personal brands, and to continue being creative and creating content, not just for YouTube, but also for Instagram. To kind of, use it as an outlet for learning, but also to share my work, get feedback on it, and again, build that audience so that I can, get my stuff out there to a bigger audience as well, and just grow my influence, things like that. So really want to use Instagram more. That's the point of what I'm trying to say, and I'm getting there. Again, this week already 2 posts went out, so that feels good, and I got some fire stuff lined up for the rest of the week. I stayed up way too late on Sunday night editing photos and videos and things like that, so that should keep me going for the week, and then maybe I can do that once a week to kind of keep that momentum going. But yeah, that was something I was struggling with, for the past few weeks, and I feel like I'm already correcting that this week, so that's been good. Another thing I struggled with is finding it a little bit hard to motivate myself on the Vancity Hub side. I've talked about this business a few times. It's the community events community events platform. We have a large local audience here in Vancouver, about 70,000 people on Instagram and Facebook. And there's a really solid team there. It's an amazing business, but to be honest, definitely finding it a little bit hard to get motivated to work on that at the moment. And I think it's coming down to a few things, but one of it is just being that it's a long-term project for me. It's not something that I'm using to, add immediate income to me right now, which is sort of important during this time for me. It's more of a long play. It's going to take an investment over a period of time, which I'm definitely still willing to do. It's just trying to fit it in the schedule of trying to do, right by my clients right now and right by the other business video that I'm working with. I've got to make sure that I have time to again, add value to both those areas of my work, and Vancity seems to be the one that kind of lags behind when it comes to that. So again, really just trying to fit that into my agenda every day or every other day to spend X amount of hours per week. Ideally I'm trying to allocate even like an hour, but 2 hours a day would be great to allocate to Vancity Hub. I think that'd be really important. The main things that I need to do there personally are to do business development. So trying to find companies, even during times like these right now, that are not hit as hard by the crisis and that are still able to afford collaborating with us, whether on paid giveaways or sponsorships on Instagram or anything of that nature, content. It's kind of up to me to sort of move that business development area forward, which is obviously really important for the business to make sure that we can continue doing what we're doing, but also just like on leading the team. I think that's the biggest thing I need to be focusing on right now more, is just being there for the team, keeping the communications up and the morale up so that we keep moving things forward, checking in on different tasks and projects that we're working on just to kind of help nudge them along and offer support in those areas. Those are the kinds of things I need to be doing on a daily basis. So I'm really hoping I can carve more time out for that, and I'm actively trying to do that. So we'll see how that goes. It's been a struggle over the past few weeks, and that's come up on our weekly meetings as well. But just thought I would share it here because that's kind of what's going on. Next, again, I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. I feel like I'm talking very fast, but I'm in the zone today. I'm trying to go. I've got like 8 other things I need to do still, so I hope you guys can bear with me, and we'll see how it looks in post, or how it sounds. Something I learned this week, I'm going with 2 things. First was a very technical skill, and this was, I think I mentioned in the last update that I'm building a website for clients. And I've built websites in the past, and I'm familiar with WordPress. I would say I'm very familiar with WordPress, and I have a lot of time spent in that area, so I'm confident in my ability to deliver a website. But the very first task of setting up an area where to build that website without it, replacing the current website, so that nothing changes on their website right now, but in the back end I can continue building their new website, and when that's ready, transition that over for launch. I've never actually done that in like the most proper way before. I've kind of just, you know, launched the website because it was for a new business or a new company that no one knew about yet and no one was searching about it, so it didn't matter. But this is a business that's already kind of up and running, obviously. So I figured it out. I had the help from a good friend, Vic, who's able to kind of consult with me a little bit as well. So shout out to Vic for helping. But yeah, anyways, I figured out how to set up a subdomain under my own domain, danielgogolin.com, which is not being used right now. But I set up a subdomain underneath that domain to be able to set up this new client's temporary home, basically, for the new website. So, you know, just dealing with the domain and the hosting and trying to figure out that process. I've never done it before, so now I can confidently say that I can do it. So that was cool. That was a learning this week. Another thing I learned is, again, not something that's new to me, but something I haven't done in a while, Pinterest ads. So I've been running Pinterest ads for one of my clients. They are in the like apparel fashion space, and they're getting a lot of traffic from Pinterest, which is really cool to see. I'm actually learning a lot more about Pinterest right now as well. Used to do a lot more Pinterest even a few years back, but just it's kind of coming back to me right now, so that's been cool. And I've been creating ads for that specifically, so kind of looking at what other brands are doing when they're creating like ads with text on them, and you know, really kind of catchy sort of like taglines and things that kind of really sell the immediate value of that product. And how do I, you know, articulate that with imagery, with words, and kind of whatever else, whether through photo or video. So just that process of setting up the ads, mostly website traffic and conversion ads, but also creating the content, and how do I create content that actually grips, you know, people's attention and gets people to stop, kind of look at it, click on it, go to the website, and hopefully make a conversion. So been finding some success with that, which is great. And yeah, that was definitely, I would say, a bit of a learning this week, so that was cool. Next up I have, well, last piece actually, what's coming up next? So what's coming up next? A lot of stuff, but we've got to be out of our old office by the end of the month, which is on Thursday, end of day, and we have not done enough there yet. So I've got my hands full with trying to clear out stuff from the office. We've accumulated a lot of stuff over the past, you know, 3 years of having that office, so that's going to take some more time for me this week. Which, yeah, a little worried about because I don't have that much time to give right now, but maybe some evening hustle sessions are required, so that'll be good. And just finding some place to store some of this stuff, because it's kind of hard to sell things right now with, again, the current situation. So hopefully, you know, we can get rid of some stuff and not have to throw away too much, because that would kind of suck. But yeah, that's definitely my plate this week. Another thing is lots of new ideas for YouTube videos, which I'm really excited about. A few that I've started working on already. One of them is a Daniel Gogolin original, which I'm really excited about. That's kind of like one of the most, you know, exciting areas to me on my YouTube channel that I want to develop more. So yeah, more of that is coming, which I'm getting pumped for. And last but not least, we have a Vancity Studio, which is the music community of Vancity Hub. Yeah, Vancity Studio is hosting a artist meetup, so a meetup for local musicians to come together over Zoom and be able to perform for one another, be able to chat with one another, kind of how we're doing during these times, and again, just kind of providing a chance and a place for these artists to come together and network and just check in with each other, support each other through these times and stuff. So yeah, I'm working on that with Valerian, who's a part of the Vancity Hub team. So, and yeah, I said earlier about Vancity Hub that struggling to get a bit of traction there, a bit of motivation to keep that going. So one of the strategies there was to kind of eliminate a lot of the fluff and the other stuff, and just try to, yeah, eliminate a lot of the stuff that's not immediately urgent to do. Focus on less things and just try to do a few things. And once those kind of complete and come, you know, to full cycle, and those are, you know, put out and released, hopefully the momentum of completing a few things like that will kind of push more momentum and build as we go. So trying to eliminate, simplify, and just kind of do a few things right and use the momentum of that to keep going. So that's it. I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, guys. Episode 3, that's it. And we'll see you guys again soon. Peace.